everyone, welcome to the Ryder Games YouTube channel. My name is Jamie and today I'm here to show you Final Girl, The North Pole Nightmare, which is our newest feature film with a bit of a holiday twist. Now, as you may know or you may not know, Final Girl is a solo-only board game where you are put in the shoes of a fearless final girl, and essentially there's one objective: kill the killer before they kill you. Now, the killer in the North Pole Nightmare set is Krampus, Santa's evil twin. Wahahaha. And our two fearless final girls in the North Pole Nightmare set are none other than Mrs. Claus herself and Cindy the Elf. So today I'm going to be doing a full playthrough of the North Pole Nightmare. I will be using Mrs. Claus as the final girl, and we are going to be going up against Krampus, okay? Listen, he's run out of naughty kids to punish, and now all he wants to do is set his sights on Santa and the elves. So we have to save Santa and the elves. So I am going to give you a little bit of an overview of how to play, though I will not be doing a full how to play. If you would like to learn how to play Final Girl, I will make sure to link a tutorial in the description below from our friends over at Watch It Played. Before we get started, I do want to mention, just as with any of our other feature films, you do require the core box in order to play this game. So if you are new to Final Girl, just make sure that if this looks like something you're interested in, that you also get the core box so that you can have the entire full setup. All right, let's have a look at the board. I've gone ahead and set everything up for us already. Now, as I mentioned, our villain in this set is Krampus, and our location is Santa's village. So I randomly selected a setup card and I chose Reindeer Games. So that is the setup that you see here. Now, there's a few things I wanted to mention before we get into how this feature film works. The first thing is that I do have some upgraded components that I will be using today. They do not come standard with the game, such as these final heart tokens, and I am also playing on our Series 2 game mats. If you're interested in any of the bits and bobs that you don't have in a standard set, our website is linked below with our shop, so you can browse there and pick and choose and do all your Christmas shopping if there's anything that you see that you like and you don't have. The other thing I want to mention is that this feature film, unlike any of our other feature films, does come with miniatures. Now, I have set the miniatures off to the side. I would typically use them. However, for a video purpose, it's just much easier for you to see where the killer and the final girl are when using the standard tokens that do come in the core set. So these are the minis, but that's what we're using. So the red token represents Krampus and the pink token represents me, the final girl, Mrs. Claus, if you will. All right, so a few rules changes that come along with the North Pole Nightmare set. So for anybody that doesn't know, as I mentioned, Final Girl is a solo-only board game. I will be rolling dice, playing out cards, moving around the map, searching, fighting, all of these things in order to defeat our bad guy, who is Krampus. The Krampus villain does come with a few rules modifications. The first is that Krampus has presents, okay? Some of them not so good, and he's also stolen some of Santa's presents, which is just not nice of him. But, you know, he'll go around places and he'll just leave little presents. You can see over here we have a stack of concealed present tokens. Now, in those presents, there might be something good, like gaining time as an example, or there might be something bad, like gaining horror or losing time or increasing bloodlust. Now, there's also two other symbols that you could potentially find on the present tokens. One is a Krampus symbol. Now, if we reveal a present that has a Krampus symbol, we are going to be drawing from the Krampus present deck, which is the green presents at the top. Then we're going to have to fulfill whatever it says, and I can guarantee you right now, it's not going to be very nice. On the flip side, there are some tokens that have a little Santa hat, which means those are one of Santa's gifts that Krampus has stolen, and you found it. Yay, it's probably something great. The red deck with presents there is Santa's deck. So if we reveal a Santa hat, we will be drawing from the Santa presents deck. Now, a final girl can open a present if they are in a space with a present, totally optional, don't have to. You can move through a space and decide, hey, I'm gonna just flip this token and see what we got, or you can just keep on going. If a victim, AKA a little elf, ever goes into a space that has a present, or a present appears in a space where they are, well, they just can't help themselves and they're gonna open it because they're greedy little jerks, am I right? So when they open it, if it is something that has a Santa token on it, you just discard it because they're keeping whatever that good present is for themselves. If it has a Krampus symbol, you are going to resolve it as you normally would, and any other symbol, it will affect you as the final girl regardless of where you are on the board. Consider it's like affecting your Christmas spirit, okay? That's how those tokens work. Now, that is the main special feature with Krampus. He does have 10 health that we are going to be trying to defeat, and our horror track is going to start at number 4. When it comes to Santa's Village, there's just one minor difference. Now, all of our victims, as I've mentioned, are those fun, little, cheery, energetic, outgoing Christmas elves. They can be very talkative and a little annoying, kind of loud, and when you go into a space with them, they just get all excited. Woohoo! And of course, if they're making all that noise, they're drawing attention, and they're going to make you lose time. So every time you go into a space that contains a victim, aka an elf, you're going to have to lose 1 time. If a victim ever panics into your space or they appear there for any other reason, you will not lose a time. It's only if you move into a space with a victim. So those are the only kind of rule tweaks with Krampus and Santa's Village. Now, as I mentioned before, we did select Mrs. Claus as our final girl. So what is special about Mrs. Claus? First off, she starts with 6 health and she has 4 spaces to save victims. What's great about Mrs. Claus is she just is gaining health, gaining hearts. Every time you save a victim, you recover a heart. Once you save 4 victims and you're able to flip over her card, you get to recover all of your health and you no longer have a health lit. You may start at 6, but you could have 10, 12, 15, 100 health. Don't I wish? Mrs. Claus is immortal. It is what it is. She's magic. So I'm just gonna do a very quick overview and we're gonna dive right in. In Final Girl, there are 5 phases. The first phase is your action phase. During this phase, we are going to be playing out cards from our hand, spending time, moving along the map, potentially attacking, searching, using items, and doing as much as we can in the time that we have. Now, when we decide that we've done everything that we want to do, we go into the planning phase, and that is what I like to call our holiday shopping phase. So you are able to buy action cards that are in front of you with however much time you have left. Now, the cost of each card is written down in the lower right-hand corner. It'll say how much time you need to spend in order to purchase that card. That card goes into your hand, and any cards then that you used in the previous round will go back to their home on the board and will be available for you to buy in the next round. Then we go into the killer phase. Bum, bum, bum. Now, in the killer phase, a couple of things will happen. First thing that's going to happen, the killer is going to take a turn. So if you see up in the top left-hand corner of the killer's card, it is going to tell you a series of events that you need to play out. Now, it could be movement, it could be attacking. It's going to tell you who the killer is targeting, whether it's the final girl, the victims, or both, or whoever. So you're going to follow that step by step. The next thing that you're going to do once that card has been resolved is you're going to pull a terror card from the deck and resolve everything that that says. Now, if the killer happened to kill somebody, one of the victims in that killer phase, the victims are, well, they're gonna freak. They're gonna have a bit of a panic, okay? So any killers that are in the killer's space are going to panic. What that means is we are going to be rolling a die, and whatever number that die shows, we are going to be moving the victims, just thematically, they are running away. We are gonna be moving them in any given direction based on the number that we have there. Last but not least, we have the upkeep phase. Now in the upkeep phase, you can rearrange items that you have in your hand and your backpack. If you have run out of terror cards, then you're going to need to reveal your finale card, which is never great. Let's just hope we don't get to that point. But those are the phases, and there's going to be little nuances of things that happen in between, which we will explain as we go. But that, in a nutshell, is how you play Final Girl. We're all set up, we're ready to go, so it's time to get into it. So we're first going to pull our initial event card, Yeti. All right. Abominable. Oh, I forget. The Abominable Snowman. Place the Yeti, which is a special blue meeple, in the door space of your choice. The Yeti will not follow you and cannot be targeted, saved, or killed. During upkeep, panic the Yeti. The Yeti will do 2 damage to someone in its space, according to the following priority: killer, minion, you, victim. When there are no other victims on the board, remove the Yeti from the board and discard this card. Well, let's put him down here because there's so much going on over there. Oh my gosh, Yeti. All right, we need to remember Yeti moves during the upkeep phase. Actually, technically this is supposed to go up here, but because I'm not wearing my glasses, we're gonna put him here. Okay, just so that Jamie can see. Okay, so let's get started. I am picking up all of my 0 time cost cards. If you're asking me if I have a plan, the answer to that question is no. But you know what I do plan always? I start off with a little focus, and I always start by rolling my middle dice until they betray me. So the reason why I always start with the focus is because the more dice, the merrier, I always say. And we all want to have a Merry Christmas. All right, so we can and we will. He's supposed to be there. And I'm there. I must have jiggled it around. All right, so I'm going to get rid of my short rest and my weak attack in order to lower horror by 1, but I will lose 1 time. That's okay. Even though I am going to lose some time, I do think I should, because the Yeti's coming, so I should try and help these elves. And I do also, I'd love to flip my card. So let's do a walk, see how far we get. All right, so we got 1 star. So we're gonna go down here. We lose a time because we entered a space with a chatty elf. And then we'll lose 1 more time because of the walk card. Right on. I have 3 to spend, so I think I might, should I stop? I could get a search card. I could come in here, lose a time, gain a search card, but if I walk again, I will lose time. I could focus and just hope that I get 2 stars, which will increase my time. What's life without a little risk? Let's focus. Okay, I got 1 star. So we are going to decrease horror and we are going to decrease time, and now we will stop. Okay, we're gonna stop. So we have 2 to spend. I have a walk card left. So usually I would get a sprint, but I want Comet. So, and I'm really close to the stables where I could potentially get him. So I am gonna grab a search card. Whether or not that was a good choice, nobody knows. Nobody knows. All right, so that was my turn. Reset our dice to 6 because it gives us good vibes. Okay, and then it's gonna be Krampus's turn. So he's gonna target whoever's closest and attack, but there's nobody in his space. He's not moving yet, so he is not attacking. Now he's gonna target whoever is closest and he's going to move towards them. So I am gonna put him 1. Oh, he's only moving 1. Okay, so he's gonna go here, 1. Because there's more victims that he can access here. And we're equidistant from a bunch. There's more victims in this space. And as a final girl, I'm not a victim. I am not a victim. Then he's gonna put out a present. So we are gonna roll to see where the present goes. 2. Oh, great. The present's gonna go right where there's an elf. We'll call that elf Snowflake. And Snowflake is going to open that present. Yay! Oh! It's a Krampus present! Perfect! All right. So our first Krampus present is a killer surprise. Place Krampus in the space where the present was opened. So that was here. You may not play a reaction card, and he is going to attack. So, who was that one? Snowflake? Well, this one, Snowball, dead. Bloodlust is going to increase. Terrible. Oops, terrible things. We haven't even played a terror card yet. Speaking of terrible things, now we're going to play a terror card. The elves are fighting back. You'll love to see it. If no normal, aka yellow victims are adjacent to an enemy, but they are, all normal victims adjacent to an enemy will move to their space, right? Snowflake maybe? So brave. So brave. Roll a die for each normal victim in an enemy space and do the following. So if I roll a 1 or 2, the victim is killed. A 3 or 4, there's no effect. And a 5 or 6, we hit the enemy. Nice, a 5. Okay. So we hit the enemy. Krampus, the elf, punched him in his knees. But then he's going to kill my elf friend. Snowflake, you gone. Which means, and we hate to see this, Bloodlust is going to go up, and Horror is going to increase by 2. After we did all that work to decrease it. Ain't that the way? Okay, so that's it. Yeti, it is upkeep. No one's going to panic because there's nobody in his space. So no one's going to panic except for the Yeti. 1. Okay, nobody's there, so he's not going to kill anyone. I want to go to the stables, but I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit, I guess, because the Yeti could potentially come in there and eat one of the victims, but it is what it is. So I'm gonna try and walk to the stables. Okay, we did it. We're gonna lose 1 time, and because I'm moving into a space with a elf, we'll lose another time. And then I am going to search and try and get myself a reindeer friend. We did it. All right, so I can take the top item, which is fine. That's what I wanted. We got ourselves a little comet here. All right, so find the comet token and place it in your space. Put it right under me. Once each action phase, while with comet, you and Comet may move directly to the runway. Victims cannot follow you when using this effect. So me and Comet, we can book it over here. There's a lot of action going on over here with the elves. It's a lot of time spent. So that's it. That's everything that I can do. I'm gonna go shopping. I have 4 to spend. I'm gonna get all of these cards back, which is great. I am going to get a guard just in case, and I'm going to get a sprint. So that's my 4. Over to Krampus. He's attacking the air with his broom, his weapon of choice, because there's nobody there. Then he is going to move towards whoever is closest. 1, 2. He's definitely coming right into my space, which means somebody is about to die. Then he's going to leave a present. So a 6. So the Yeti's not an elf. The Yeti doesn't care about presents, okay? So he's not going to open that. I don't think, anyway. Nah, he's not going to open that. Okay, so then we are going to do a terror. Oh, perfect. So he's going to move towards me. Joke's on him. He's already in my space. For each space Krampus moves through, including his current and final, place a present token there if there isn't one already. Yikes. Okay, so that means he is going to place a present in our space because it's the only one that he would have moved through his current space. And the elves are just going to open it. So they can't help themselves. Oh, it's a good gift. Yay! There's not many of those, so we decrease horror. Thanks, Santa. Thanks, Krampy. Oh, and then he's going to attack me. Thanks, Krampy. So he's hitting me for 2, but I will use my guard to try and prevent the damage. I can get rid of some. Only need to get rid of 2, which I will. I'll get rid of short rest and a focus to turn the 3 into a star. And so I prevent 2. And that's all he was hitting me for. So I take nothing. Cool. Okay, so that's his turn. Nobody has died, so we're not panicking, except for the Yeti, who just can't seem to keep it together. Ooh, I actually really want him to come into our space. Okay. We really want it because he'll attack the killer first. 4. Darn it. All right, he's going here. Yeti, you had one job. Eat the killer. It's my turn, and we are going to go for a sprint and try and save some of these victims. 1 star. 1 star is going to let us move 2 spaces, which is all we need. And I'm going to use this door because if we go through this space with a present, Jingle and Jangle just can't help themselves and they're going to open it. So I'm going to go 1, 2. And then we're going to save these 2 victims. I'll put them in the 1 heart spaces because I haven't lost anything, so I can't gain anything back, so I'd rather save the doubles. Okay. That's good. I must have already lost my time for that. All right. So, I guess technically when I was in his space, I could have used a weak attack, but I didn't. So it is what it is. Do I want to do anything else, or should I just save the time? I can stay where I am, knowing that he's gonna come after me, and I can get a retaliate card for 4, or I can fly over to the runway and lose 3 time. Honestly, I think I'm gonna stay where I am and stop. Is there anything that I want to get rid of to get more? I think I'm going to discard my weak attack, which will allow me to gain 1 time, and then I'm going to stop my turn. So I have 6 to spend. I will gain a retaliate for 4. And then I will gain, I'm getting this back for 4. So I have 2 left. I might get a sprint card for a little sprint action. Okay. Let's go back to the man of the hour, Krampus. Okay, so he is attacking the air with his broom, his favorite thing to do. Then he's going to move towards me. He moves 2 spaces because I am closest, so he will definitely do that. And then we are putting out a present. 6. Okay, so it's going to go right there. Okay. Then, let's have a little terror. Ooh, come on. Ooh, I gotta retaliate though. All victims move 1 space closer to Krampus. Okay. Boop. 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 Oh, that's perfect. Sort of. They're all gonna go there. All victims. Yeti is a special victim. Boop. That's how I read it. So, okay, then he's going to move towards whoever's closest. It's still me, and he is going to attack me twice, 2 times. So, for the first one, I will retaliate, and he's attacking me for 2 still. And I guess he didn't know he was up against a 2-star queen. Guess he didn't get the memo, apparently. So I prevent everything and I hit him back for 2. Gotcha. But then he's gonna hit me again with his broom because he's rude, and I have no defense against that. So he will be hitting me for 2. So I lose 2 health. Oh well. No panic, except for the Yeti, who's still freaking out. 4. Oh, thank God. He would have done some damage up there. So here's my new plan. My new plan is to fly over to the runway with Comet, leaving Krampus to his own devices. And then I will try and save. So I'm going to sprint and I'll try and save this victim because it will help me recover some hearts. So let's do that. Okay. 1 star so I can move 2 spaces, which is all I needed. I lose 1 time for entering a space with a victim and then 1 more for my sprint card. Who are you? Sebastian? Boop. Sebastian. So I recover 2 hearts and I just need to save 1 more victim in order to flip my card, which is awesome. Okay, then... Well, I've got 4 time to spend if I don't do anything. I have 2 walk cards and a focus card left. So my thought is I could focus up a little bit, or I could not, and I could just save and buy. Let's actually sell a card. I'm going to sell a walk card for 1, so I have 5. So I think I'll probably want a sprint plus. Ooh, if I sell something else, I could get a Furious Strike. Let's sell the focus card. So we have 6, and then we'll end it there. So I'm going to buy a Furious Strike for 4, and then a sprint for 2. I don't have any protection, so hopefully he doesn't try and get me, but he's so far away. We're very close, though, to the dark power being revealed. It's fine. That's okay. That's just life. Sometimes people's dark powers get revealed. It is what it is. All right, so that's my turn. So that's it. Over to Krampus. Broom to the air. And he's like, this isn't working. So then he's going to move towards some people. He has 2 move. 1, 2. He's with Bonnie and Caroline. Those 2 always getting in trouble. And then we're going to put out a present. 4. A 4, you say? Perfect. So it's going up there. Not getting opened. All right. Tarot card. Prayer Vigil. Place 3 new victims in the village center. Uh-oh. That would be fine if we didn't have a Yeti on the loose. And then we're going to pull an event card. Head elf. Bernard. Place the head elf in Santa's workshop. Santa's workshop, that's down here. While the head elf is with you, once per turn, you may resolve a search action card as though it was in your hand. Woo! If he's killed, it's +1 bloodlust. Let's put that in front of us too. Okay, so I want to be where the head elf is because then we can do searches for free and that sounds awesome. Okay, that's it. That was his thing. So upkeep, we are panicking the Yets, old Yetsy boy, we call him, 1. So he's not going anywhere. He's just staying right where he is. And then it's over to me. Now, I wasn't planning on going to the workshop. Now, I probably still lose a time for hanging out with old Bernardy boy, but we're gonna do a sprint. Hopefully try and get over there. Because I need 1, 2. I need 2. Shoot. Shoot. Okay, I will discard my weak attack and my short rest to turn the 4 into a star, which allows us to move 2 spaces. Come on, Comet. 1, 2. Buckle my shoe. I'm going to lose a time and then I'll lose another time for entering a space with the head elf. I'm in his space, which means I can do a search action for free. Once per turn, you may resolve a search action card as though it was in your hand. So that means we still need to roll for it. All right, so we got 1 star. Where are we, the workshop? Okay, that means we get the red wagon. I can carry one additional victim may follow you. Okay. So that takes up 1 hand. Well, Bernard, I don't know if you knew this, but we're pretty close. We are pretty close to that Yeti, and he could come in there. But even if we move here, he could still come for us. I wish that I could carry Bernard on my reindeer, but I cannot. So let's walk. I think I want to try and walk. Got 1 star. That's fine. We'll go here. We're still at risk from a Yeti bite, and we have to lose a time. Okay, I think that's everything that I want to do. So, do I want to sell a card so I have 4? Because I'm going to be low on beans, low on cards. Okay, so I'm selling my focus card. So I have 4 to buy. This next turn, I'm not going to have any movement. That's not good. I'm considering a distraction because it's my favorite card. I think I'm just going to do it. Although a guard card is probably better, but it's okay. So I'm going to get a distraction and then I'll get a close call. This is not, I mean, it's kind of a strong hand, but it's not ideal for where we're at right now. That's just how life works sometimes. That was my turn. Krampus, bud, you're up. You are up. Okay, so he's not swatting at the air. He's had enough practice, so he is going to be attacking and killing. We'll do Bonnie. Sorry, Bonnie. She has a habit of dying, which increases bloodlust. He's not going to move because he's already in a space with a victim, but we are putting out a present to the 3 space. So we're actually not going to put one out because there's already one there where it's supposed to go, and you can only have 1 present per space. Then we're going to reveal terror, fire. Okay. Okay. Roll a die to determine which space bursts into flames. 1 to 2, Santa's house. 3 to 4, Santa's workshop. And 5 to 6, the stables. 1, which is Santa's house. Nobody wanted that to happen. All victims in that space are killed. There are none. Discard all item cards from that space. Well, that sucks because that's exactly where I was headed. If you are the enemy or there, you each lose a heart, but we are not. Okay, so we are going to be panicking Caroline. 6. Okay, so she's coming down here. And the Yeti. 3. Oh no, Yeti. Oh, Yeti on the loose. Okay, so the Yeti is going to attack an elf. He hits for 2, but he's only going to attack 1. We'll just say that's Caroline. She can be with old monsters. So that's that. Bloodlust has increased. We have to reveal our dark power. Explosive gifts. When a present is opened, roll a die. If the result is a 1 or 2, blank, ignore the normal effect and the present explodes, dealing a damage to everyone in that space. Okay. Okay. I'm obviously not going to do a furious strike to Bernard. Who would do that? But what we are going to do is a little distraction. Why, you ask? Well, my friends, it's the only card I can play right now. So let's try and get some more dice. 2-star queen. Okay, so we are going to decrease horror by 2 and increase time by 2, which is best case scenario because I am ending my turn and I have 8 time to do my holiday shopping with. Okay, So I'm getting all of these cards back. And I have 8. I should get a sprint though, shouldn't I? I'm just gonna, like, if you've got 8, I kind of feel like I need to get a critical blow. But I also feel like I need a way to protect myself. He's only hitting for 2 still if he happens to get to me. I'm gonna get a critical blow. I do have 2 walk cards. Really need to save another victim. I might regret this, but I'll get the sprint. I might regret that. I might. I might not. I don't know. Okay. I don't know. I need to save 1 more victim so that I can flip my card though. So that's what it is. So it is Krampus's turn. Broom to the air. Haha. Okay. Broom to the air. And then he is moving towards the closest. He's going to move here because this is the largest group. He's going to lay out a present. Hopefully no one opens it. Oopsies. 6. Bernard's an elf. He's going to open it. Okay, so Bernard's opening the present. Oh, Bernard. I thought you were better. I thought you were better than this. Okay, it's a Krampus present. I bet he regrets that one. Oof, horrifying vortex. If a victim opened this present, which they did, the victim is sucked into the present and is lost forever. Not killed, so bloodlust will not increase. Tried to escape. So we'll put him back up there. Horror. Oh. Bernard. Horror increases by 2. Bloodlust increases by 1, which means horror increases by another 1. I finally had 3 dice. Rage. Okay, that's the present. That was fun. And then we're gonna do a little terror. It has what? If no weapon is face up on any of the item decks, discard. Perfect. Jingle kills. If there are no victims on the board, but there are, you would discard. Panic each victim that is adjacent to a present or to Krampus. That is adjacent to, so not these ones. And not those ones. And he's gonna kill 1 victim. So that is Susie. Dead. Bloodlust will go up. And people are gonna be panicking, okay? So, oh, Bernard's killed, so we lose his card. All right, so they're all panicking. So we have 4. Let's just pick them up. 1, 2, 3. Nice. I almost rolled the victim. 4. Okay, perfect. Then the Yeti will panic. 4. Okay, he's going back there. All right. That actually worked out kind of good, minus, all of the horror and stuff, because now I got a victim with me and I don't have to lose time if they willingly came into my space. So we're good. I got some heat in my hands, let me tell you. All right, so I am going to sprint to start. Wish I had that 3rd die. I guess I didn't need it. 2 star. Okay, so I can move 3 spaces. So let's go 1, boot, scoot, and boogie. That guy right out of there. So I have saved all of my victims. We are flipping Mrs. Claus's card. Recover all health, but of course, already am healthy. Each time I save a victim moving forward, I gain a health, and I can now have as much health as I want to. And I want a lot. I still have I moved 1. So I'm going to go 2, 3. And I am moving right in with the killer. Not messing around. I was supposed to lose a time. And I have to lose another time. Okay? Because I moved in with an elf. But we're doing a critical blow. I do have a close call just in case. So we're hoping for 2 stars. And we got 1. This is 1. My mind, we had 2. Okay, so I am going to get rid of a focus card and a walk to turn this into a star. Pop, pop. Okay, so that means where is our critical blow card? So we hit him for 3. 1, 2, 3. I forgot to do the exploding present. Okay. That was for Bernard. That was just a little backtrack as my mind thought of it, because I forgot now our presents are exploding. But it doesn't matter. It still would have resolved because it didn't blow up. And he's dead anyway. Okay, so I hit him for 3 and I decrease horror by 1. And since we're there already, and since I'm mad already, we may as well do a Furious Strike. I mean, we may as well, because we got 2 stars. Okay, so I hit him for another 2. And we decrease horror by 1. Ooh, I'm having so much fun. And then, because I'm there and I have a weak attack, I don't know. I'm getting a little too cocky now, I think. Well, it doesn't matter because I got 1 star. So I do technically have a close call, but it feels like I don't need to waste it on this. So I'm going to lose a heart. I'm going to lose a heart, and so is he. You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. He is on his last health, which means I have adrenaline pumping through my veins, which is accurate because that is how I currently feel. I will stop there. And I'm going to stop there because I have enough time to buy a retaliate card. I have a feeling he might want to retaliate against me. I don't know what's giving me that idea, but I'm just feeling it in my bones. Crampy Cramps is gonna hit me with his broom. Oh, I gotta put these back. I got too excited. Let me put these back. He's gonna hit me with his broom, but I'm gonna say, you hit me with your broom, I hit you with my rolling pin. How about that? I will roll, and hopefully I'll hit him back. All right, well, I got 1 star, and I do still have that close call, so we may as well use it now. So retaliate, right now I'm hitting him back for 1, which is enough. But just in case he's got more. Oh, I was supposed to roll an extra die. Silly goose. Okay, didn't matter. I am just gonna get rid of a focus and a walk card because why not? To turn one of those 3s into a star, which means I am hitting him. I ignore all damage and I hit him back for 2. Okay, so if there is nothing on the back of this, he dies. If there is something on the back of this, he lives. There's no greater feeling. There's no greater feeling than beating a bad guy. Okay, I won. I was not expecting to do that. I have played this set now many times, and I have now won twice. Okay, so friends, that is Krampus, Santa's Village, and the North Pole Nightmare. If you are interested in this set, this feature film, I'm going to make sure to leave all of the information that you need down below in the description. This game will be hitting retail around mid-December, so you can order it from your friendly local gaming store or directly from vanrydergames.com. Once again, all the information is down below. I would love to know in the comments if you have any thoughts, if you have any questions, we'd be happy to answer those for you. And if you'd like to keep the conversation going, then please feel free to join the Van Ryder Games Discord. We'd love to have you in there. But that is everything that we have for today. So thank you so much for watching and for rooting me on, hopefully, and holding your breath when the dice rolls did or didn't go the right way. I hope to see you all again soon, and happy holidays and happy hunting. Bye!